in Tadasana, mountain pose. You can have your feet hips width or together, whatever makes sense in your body this evening. And then think about tilting your pelvis just gently forward. So your tail is nice and engaged, and the tops of your thighs are really engaged. Your legs are strong. You're rooted. You're pressing through your feet. You're pressing the tops of the thighs back. You're pressing your booty slightly forward, so that pelvis tilt forward to get the low belly to engage, to get the glutes to engage. And then once you find that strength in your low body, see if you can find a little softness in the upper body. Maybe notice what your shoulders are doing, what your chest is doing. If you feel like your shoulders are caving in and you're kind of making this little cave between your collarbone, maybe start to draw the shoulders back behind you and down, just to lengthen the spine. And maybe that just little micro adjustment helps you release a little more tension. And then while you're here, whether soft gaze or maybe close down the eyes, start to set an intention for your practice. See if you can set an intention to just meet yourself here on your mat. To move with compassion, to allow yourself grace, to accept wherever we are in the moment to moment, in the breath to breath. Maybe feel the crown of the head lift a little higher, so feel that length through the back of the spine. Using the breath as you inhale and exhale through the nose to really charge up the body. To send in prana, or energy. 2 more inhales. 2 more big exhales. If it feels good to you, go ahead and let your next exhale come out through the mouth and just make a big, loud, deep noise. Sigh it out, let it go. As you're ready, if you'd like, blink open the eyes and then reach your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath, big stretch through the body. And then as you exhale, sweep your hands back behind your hips, bend your knees, come into a little hovering chair. So really strong legs, already strong belly, spine is long. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your arms forward and sink down to your seat. Okay, from here, you can keep your hands reaching forward or take the backs and hamstrings, or maybe take your hands down to the mat, either behind the bum or just in front. And then 1 or both shins at a time, maybe they come parallel to the mat. Find your high goat pose. See if you can broaden across your heart, keep your shoulders down and back. Holding here for a big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, lengthen, find your low boat if you can, if that's accessible. Hold it here. Flex the toes towards the face. Activate the tops of the legs. Take a big breath in. Breath out, high boat pose. Draw yourself back up. And then wrap your hands behind your hamstrings. Take a little rock and roll on the spine and find chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold, release into the legs, breath out. On your inhale, take a halfway lift. Plant the palms and step it back to your plank. Root down through the palms. Maybe start to draw the weight gently forward so that you can keep the low belly, tops of thighs lifted. Separate the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Once you arrive onto your belly, untuck your toes. Plant through the tops of the feet, draw your heels a little closer. And then broaden and lift up through your heart. Make space as you lift here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Take another inhale, really press through the tops of the feet. Exhale, forehead to the floor. As you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your kneecaps, lift the tops of the thighs, maybe press the belly off the mat and drive yourself up to high plank. inhale. Exhale, forehead to the floor. Tuck your toes. When you're ready, lift your kneecaps. See if you can lift the tops of the thighs and then the belly, and then press up to high plank. Downward facing dog. We're gonna do it again. Take one big breath here in your dog. Stay for the breath out. Gaze forward on the inhale. Soften the knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the top of the mat. We're gonna sink the hips, reach the arms forward, belly hovers over the thighs. Deep breath in. Both pose, sink the hips down, lift up through the shins if you're going for it. Find your boat, breath in, breath out. Inhale, low boat, take it down. Holding here for 3. Feel the low belly drawing in for 2. 1, knees in towards the chest, hands behind hamstrings. Utkatasana, chair pose. With or without the hands, fire up through the legs. Feel that strength. Breath in, breath out. We fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. One more time. We're going to take this really slow, but I'm going to invite you to add a little challenge into it. So as you're ready, slowly lower to the belly, finding your tops of the feet and pressing them down to the mat. And then once your feet are pressing down and into the mat, see if you can just inch your heels a little closer together. So now your legs are like a tail. And then maybe start to lift up through the heart. Feel the collarbone beginning to broaden. And as you do so, maybe tense your fingers or even lift the palms entirely off the mat. We're holding this baby cobra for 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the hands and the forehead back down. Again, an option to add challenge if you'd like, or meet us in downward facing. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the kneecaps, lift the tops of the thighs, and then lift the belly. Now from here, see if you can press up halfway, chaturanga, and then inhale all the way up to your high plank. Beautiful. Lower all the way down to the belly. Slow if you're still with me. Same thing. Lift the kneecaps. Lift the tops of the thighs. Lift the belly. Lift up halfway, chaturanga. Beautiful. Press to high plank. Exhale. Lower all the way to the belly. Nice and slow. One more time through. On your inhale, lift kneecaps. Lift thighs. Lift belly. Press to chaturanga. Lift all the way to plank. Downward facing dog is where we meet. 5 big breaths here. Now you're in stillness if you'd like to be, or pedaling out the feet, whatever you need. We started with something vigorous to get the heart pumping, to start moving some stagnant energy out of the body, and to maybe release, to just find a little bit more focus through that movement. Find a little more clarity. As we turn our attention inwards into our body and our breath, letting go of all the external distractions. 3 more inhales and exhales here. Whether you are moving or in stillness, see if you can create more space in your body. Really separating the fingers, feeling that rooting down through the palms. 2 more breaths. 1 more full inhale breath. Stay and hold for the exhale. On your next inhale, bring your right foot high to the sky. Level off the hips. Feel the right heel pressing back behind you as the left heel draws down. And then without changing your hips to start, just bring your right knee in towards your belly so your hips are still nice and high. And then inhale, press the right heel back behind you, 3-legged. 2 more like that, knee to belly squeeze. Inhale to extend. 1 more, knee to belly squeeze. Inhale to extend. This time, knee to belly squeeze. And then roll your shoulders over your wrist. Find a high plank variation, knee to belly. Take an inhale here and lightly step your right foot through, low lunge. Sink your back knee down onto the mat so left knee drops down. And then hands to top of right thigh, or when and if you're ready, circle sweep them up to the sky, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Think about the sides of the body growing longer here as you extend length through the front side. So you're lifting up with your fingertips out of the hips, and you're lifting your whole front side body, opening up through the heart. Finding a little more space in your left thigh, your hip flexor. Take an inhale. maybe just energetically, that left hip forward and that right hip back. So 2 hips are in one line. And then go ahead and round your forehead towards your knee for a moment. And then start to lift back up, uncurl the spine. And think about now reaching your forehead past your right toes. Take one more full breath here. Breathe into the belly of the right hamstring. Full breath out. On an inhale, rebend into the right knee. Walk the fingers in front of your right toes. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Crawl the fingers forward, find supported warrior 3, top of the mat. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, both feet meet, sink the hips, reach the arms forward, hover, chair, hold for the inhale. High boat pose, lower the seat, lift the shins. Take a big breath in, feel that low belly strength kick on. Big breath out. Inhale, low boat, press it down. Find that space for here for 3, 2, 1. Knees in, hands behind hamstrings, rock to your chair. Utkatasana, strong legs, strong core. When you arrive, take a big breath in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms, hop, step, or float your way through your vinyasa of choice. Moving through your flow. This time upward facing or cobra, maybe drawing the heels a little closer. And then exhaling, drawing hips towards the sky, finding downward facing. Pausing here. Arriving in our dog, take another inhale. Stay and hold for the exhale. On your next in-breath, it's left leg to the sky. Press down through the right heel, press back through the left heel. See if you can feel that strength in the legs. And then without changing your hips, just bring your left knee to your belly, squeeze it in. Inhale, extend it out. 2 more times, same thing, knee to belly. Feel that strength in the legs and the core, and extend out. 1 more, knee to belly. Extend. This time, knee to belly. Roll forward so that shoulders are stacking over wrists. Take an inhale. Lightly step the left foot through. Sink your right knee down, hands to your left thigh, or circle, sweep them up and overhead, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. See if you can, again, get that right hip to gently draw forward in line with the left, and then drop the pubic bone down as you lengthen the front side of the body. Reach the fingertips a little higher, lengthen the side bodies. Take another full breath here. Full breath out here. Inhale. Exhale, right hip, or hips back towards your right heel as you lengthen your left leg. Half Hanumanasana. If you can, think about that energetic, just little micro adjustment of the right hip. It draws forward in line with the left. And then maybe you start to round the spine and bring your forehead towards your left knee. And then uncurl the spine and think about bringing your forehead past your left toes. Very nice. Take another deep breath into the belly of your left hamstring. Deep breath out. Inhale, rebend into your left knee. Walk your fingers forward, tuck your right toes, lift the right knee. Supported warrior 3, top of the mat. Pause here for a moment. 2 strong legs, strong core. Exhale, 2 feet meet, top of the mat. We're going to sink the hips, reach the arms forward, find your hover chair. Take an inhale, lower to the seat, goat pose. Find your breath. Full inhale breath here. Full exhale. Inhale, low boat. We press down and away and hold. Draw the low belly in. Flex the toes towards the face for 3, 2, 1. Hands to hamstrings, rock and roll, chair pose. Find your chair, stick the landing however you need. Breathe into it. Forward fold as you're ready. Release. Halfway lift when you're ready. Exhale, vinyasa of choice. Plant your palms, step, hop, float it back. We'll meet a downward facing dog. Lifting our hips towards the sky as we lengthen and strengthen. Breathing into the back side of the body. Feeling that heat already starting to be in the body from those few moments of movement so far. 2 more breaths here. And 2 more big breaths out. Big breath in. Big breath out. On an inhale, it's right foot high. the belly. And then draw it all the way, shoulders over wrists into that plank variation. Hover your right shin down between the palms, and then scoop it back up in towards the chest. 2 more times, little elevators, drop it down. Scoop it up. 1 more, drop it down. Scoop it up, and lightly step it through. From here, I just want you to keep that back knee lifted, but dip your hips, drop the back knee to a hover, and lift your heart. Find a little cow lunge. Feel that shape in the front side of your left leg. And then exhale into cat lunge, 2 straighter legs, hips towards the sky. Rock your left hip forward, right hip back. Take a breath in. 2 more times, bend your right knee, dip your hips, lift your heart. And then cat lunge, hips towards the sky, 2 straighter legs. Last time, we're going to bend into the right knee, find the cow shape. Hold for an extra inhale. Hold for an extra exhale. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, cat lunge. Same thing, we're going to hold it for an extra inhale. And for the exhale, big breath in. On the breath out, bend into the right knee and find runner's lunge. From your runner's lunge, walk your fingers forward in front of your right toes, and then hug your low belly in as you begin to lift your fingertips from the mat. So maybe they're just hovering here 2 inches, or you can still be touching something if needed. See if you can lengthen your back leg, so press the back of the left knee towards the ceiling. And then take your hands and reach them forward. Maybe the biceps extend up and over the ears, holding 3. Hovering, pressing, holding 2. 1, high press and pose, reach up, find space. Feel your legs working, feel that fire in your core. Take an inhale to take your hands, palms face forward. So turn your hands, palms face forward. And then go ahead and bend your left knee and hover it just above the mat. And then bend both elbows and open up across your heart. Take another breath here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, extend the arms and leg, high press in. And then more quickly, 3 more times, bend the back knee, cactus the arms. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bend in cactus. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bend in cactus. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. 1. Inhale, rise, high press in. Open up, warrior 2. Sink into that right knee. Feel the pubic bone dropping towards the mat as you create space from your right hip to your left. On your inhale breath, reach your right fingers forward out in front of you. Slowly flip the palm, trace the ceiling with the right fingertips, reverse the warrior. Feel that stretch into your right rib cage. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, come back for your 2, and then lengthen your right leg. Bump your hips to the left, reach your right fingers forward, Trikonasana. Find triangle pose. Either resting your right hand somewhere on your shin, a block, maybe it touches the mat. Left fingers are extending high. Core is engaged. Take 2 more full breaths here. 2 more full breaths out here. On your next inhale, warrior 2, rebend into the right knee, and then cartwheel hands down to the mat. From here, walk your fingers forward in front of your right toes and lift your back leg off the mat, supported warrior 3. Stay here, or begin to bring your hands through your heart center, feeling the right foot pressing into the mat, the left foot drawing back. Hips are in one line, shoulders are squaring, low belly's engaging. 2 more breaths, strong legs, strong core. 1 more breath. And then standing high knee raise, bend into the right knee and bring your left knee all the way up in towards the chest. All right, from here, we're gonna just play with some dynamic movements to get the hamstring warmer. So think about your left leg and just see if you can press the left heel forward and then draw their left knee back in. Just a few times just to warm up the joints, warm up the hamstring, feel the hip flexor. And then when you're ready, draw your knee back in, left knee in towards your chest. And then take your hands beneath your left hamstring. And then think about bringing your forehead towards your left knee as you bring the belly towards the left thigh. So you're rounding in towards your lifted leg. And then stay here, Or if you have space, grab underneath the left foot with both hands. And then if you still have space, press firmly into your right rooted foot and kick your left foot into the hands, lengthen. If you get to the place where you're really, really long here, you can bend the elbows and drive your nose down towards your shin. Take another full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, rise back up, standing high knee raise, unravel slowly if you can. And then 2 feet meet on the mat. Take a big breath and stretch your fingers high. As you breathe out, bend your knees, drop your hands back behind your hips, find that flying chair. Reach the arms forward on your inhale. Exhale, sit down, boat pose. Reach your shins parallel towards the ceiling if that's available. Very nice. Take a breath in and a breath out. Low boat pose, press it down, holding here. Option this time to stay or take your right knee above your right hip and see if you can keep it in line there. And then just start to pulse your left extended leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in stillness, kick your right leg long. 2 more times, right knee over right hip. Simple movements, pulse the left leg. Simple as in, they're still challenging, but there's not a lot to it. 3, 2, 1. Extend your right leg long. Last time, bring right knee back over the hip. Flex both feet, pulse the left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees drop in. Rock and roll on the spine, chair pose, Utkatasana. When you're ready, take a big breath, fire up into the core and the legs, and forward fold. Halfway lift when you're ready. And vinyasa, a choice. We'll meet in a downward facing. See if you can take this with your breath. Find your movements. Softening into the face and the jaw. Maybe pressing the tops of the thighs back as you feel that lift with your seat towards the ceiling. Finding your dog, take one more full breath in. And full breath out. As you inhale, it's left leg to the sky. And then we're just going to bring the left knee into the belly, squeeze it in. And then round forward into your plank. Squeeze that knee nice and high. And then hover it just above the mat. 2 more times, squeeze it up. Hover it down. 1 more, squeeze it up. Hover it down. Squeeze it up, make space, and lightly step it through. Same thing as before, we're going to dip our hips and just hover that back knee for a cow lunge. Pause here just to feel into that right hip flexor. Feel into the front side of the body. Take an inhale. Cat lunge, 2 straighter legs, hips towards the sky. Taking a little pause here just to feel into it. See if you can drive that right hip gently forward in line with the left. And then as you're ready, bend into the left knee, dip your right knee down as you reach open through the heart. And cat lunge. 1 more time, we're going to dip the hips, lift the heart. We're going to pause and hold again for another full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, breath. Exhale, cat lunge. Pause here for another full round of inhale. Full round of exhale. Inhale. Bend into the left knee. Okay, walk your fingers slightly in front of your left toes. So setting up that runner's lunge. And then from there, you can keep your fingers tented or begin to lift them 2 inches. So first, just working into the strength of this left leg and glute. And then finding that low belly by drawing it away from the thigh. Keeping the spine nice and long. If this is enough, stay. If you want, reach your arms forward out in front of you. Maybe draw your biceps up above your ears. Press the top of the back of the right knee towards the ceiling. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. 1. Rise up, high crescent pose. Beautiful. Take another inhale in your crescent. Strong legs, strong core. And stay for the exhale. Turn your palms to face forward on the next breath in. And then dip your right knee down to hover. Bend your elbows, cactus, and open through the heart. Pause here. Feel that stretch along the front side of the body. On your inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus and bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus and bend, and hold here for 3. Hold here for 2. 1, rise up, crescent, open up, warrior 2. Bend into the left knee. See if you can, again, really create that distance between your left and your right hip, and really extend long through the arms. And then really dramatically reach your left fingers forward. Slowly turn over the palm. Trace the ceiling with your left fingertips, find that reverse. Breathing that space into your left ribcage. Take another full inhale here. Warrior 2 is where we meet. Lengthen your left leg. Bump your right hip towards the right. Extend your left fingers out in front of you. Trikonasana triangle pose. See if you can open up your right heart. So if you feel that right shoulder sort of drooping down, see if you can lift up, find length. You can look down or up depending on how your neck feels. Keep rooting into both feet. Holding here for another full inhale. Full exhale. As you're ready, we're going to come back to warrior 2, left knee will bend. And then cartwheel hands down to the mat. Walk your fingers in front of your left toes, and then shift off the right foot, supported warrior 3. Stay here or reach your hands through heart or behind you or in front of you or to your hips. And then see if you can explore getting that right hip in line with the left. Spine a little longer. Press back through both heels. So that left foot is rooting into the mat. Right foot is reaching back behind you. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. On your next exhale, bend your left knee, standing high knee raise. Draw the right knee in towards your chest. Feel that low belly squeeze in to support you here. And then those dynamic movements to start. So we're just extending our right leg and then bending the knee. Extending only to your limit. See if you can keep the spine long and then bending. Give it a couple more times or so. We'll meet with a bent knee, right knee back in towards our belly. And then we're going to bring our belly towards the right thigh. We're going to round in towards the leg, hands underneath right hamstring. Again, if you have more space, hands underneath your right foot. If you still have space, kick your right heel forward, lengthening your spine, keeping the belly towards the thigh. Breathing, holding, 3, 2, 1. Standing high knee raise, reaching up nice and high to the sky. And then exhale, 2 feet meet. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, sit your seat low, hands by your hips, hovering in your chair. Lean and fly. Inhale, reach the arms forward. And exhale, lower to the seat, boat pose. Okay, we knew this was coming. Take a big breath into your boat. And a big breath out. Inhale, low boat. Press your heels down and away. Feel that space in the front side of the body. Take your left knee and bring it and stack it over your left hip. Okay, with this right leg, you can stay as you are, flex both feet, or pulse the right leg for 5. Little pulses. Activate both legs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg goes long. We hold for the breath in. Pull the left knee back and over the hip, breath out. Pulse the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend, hold for the breath in. Breath out, left knee back in. Pulse the right leg. Last round for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend your left leg. Both knees into chest. Rock and roll to chair pose. Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold when you're ready on the breath out. Halfway lift on your inhale. Plant your palms, hop, step, float your way to downward facing dog. Breathing softly. Finding space in the body with each movement. I know we've been non-stop moving. It's intentional. This flow is designed to keep us moving so that we can stay focused. We can free ourselves from distraction. So we're going to continue that trend, but we're going to add on a bit here. All right, take another deep breath here. Deep breath out. On your inhale, it's right leg high, and then right knee into your belly. Float forward into that plank shape, and then hover your right shin over the mat. Hold it here for 3. Right shin is hovering 2, 1. Pull the right knee in towards your belly, holding 3. Lift it a little higher, 2, 1. Hover it down, hold it, 3. Press into the palms, 2, 1. Lift it to your belly. Last one, hold 3. Hold 2, 1. Lightly step the right foot through. Beautiful. Okay. From here, find your runner's lunge. You can tense your fingers or lift them that 2 inches or begin to hover them out in front of you. So we're straight into our hover lunge. Pick that left knee up. So feel the back of the leg extending towards the ceiling. Taking hold in here for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back by your hips. And then without changing very much, press into the ball of the right foot and lengthen your right leg so that your hips shift back behind you. So now we're in this hovering pyramid shape. And if you want to bring hands to your hips, prayer, or somewhere on top of the right thigh, that's totally fine. If reaching back is helping you keep the spine long, stay. Find your breath. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, soften into your right knee and bring your left knee in so that it's kissing the right knee. So you've got your left heel towards your left glute and right leg is rooted. Now, from here, I'm going to bring my belly towards my right thigh and continue to kick my left heel towards my seat. And now all of a sudden I'm in this little fold. It's a flamingo, kind of looks like one. Now from here, you can stay, fingertips on blocks or tented on the mat, or you can begin to walk them back. Maybe they reach the middle of your right foot. Maybe they reach all the way behind the heel, and if so, flip them to face back, and then start to shift your weight into the right heel, maybe lift all 5 toes. Keep kicking that left heel towards the seat, holding, breathing into your flamingo, wherever you are in it for 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back forward if they're not already. Extend your left leg back behind you, supported warrior 3. If you'd like, full warrior 3, hands through heart, forward behind you, your choice. Take another deep breath in. Breath out, soften your right knee, step your left toes back, high crescent pose. Take an inhale, turn your palms to face forward. Exhale, bend your back knee, cactus through the elbows. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend and cactus. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend and cactus and hold. See if you can make more space in the collarbones. Feel the top of the left thigh for 3, 2, 1. Rise up, crescent. Warrior 2, spin open. Inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Reach forward with your right hand. Flip the palm. Dramatically sweep the fingertips across the ceiling. Reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten the right leg. Triangle pose. Trikonasana. Reach forward and then down. Lifting through those left fingers. Holding here for a breath in. Breath out. Warrior 2. Rebend into the right knee. Cartwheel, hands down. Shift your hands forward in front of your right toes, supported warrior 3. Your choice, staying here or reaching your hands through your heart. We are adding on. From here, start to bend into your right standing knee. Draw your left knee back behind it, Shakti squat. Now, keep rooted into that right leg. If your hands are down, that's totally fine. I want you to think about rotating your left side body open, expanding into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Lengthen out, hold your breath in. Breath out, Shakti squat. Bring it, both knees back together. Feel your midline hugging in. Warrior 3, extend. One more time through. Soften the right knee, bring left knee back behind it. Ardha Chandrasana, slowly open. One more time, find yourself in your Shakti squat, squeeze in, and then stay here, or begin to lower your palms down. Maybe bring your right knee towards your right tricep, kick your left heel in towards your seat, kind of like our flamingo, and then maybe roll the top of the right foot off the mat for this little funky crow. If you want regular crow, go for it. Holding 3, 2, 1. Lower both feet down to the mat. Find a forward fold, and then sink into your hips, lift up through your heart, chair pose. Take a deep breath in, lean and fly out over the thighs on your breath out. This time, melt your heart down, whoop, towards the shins or the knees as you continue to lift the hips and extend your arms. Find your drinking bird if you'd like, or stay in that hovering chair variation. Take another full breath in, and breath out. Sink the heels, sink the hips, lift the heart, Utkatasana. Forward fold, release it down. Inhale, take your halfway lift. And vinyasa of choice. Move through your flow. You can meet us in downward facing. Always take what you need. Modify, subtract, and add, amplify. Find what works in your body. See if you can check your ego at the door. And just accept where we are. Take an inhale in your dog. Let it go with the exhale, release through the mouth. As you feel ready, take your left leg high to the sky for three-legged, and then knee in towards the belly. Round it all the way forward in towards the nose. Hold it nice and high. Press the right thigh away from the mat, and then take left shin towards the mat and hold three. Hold two, press into the palms, hold one, lift it up. Hold it for three, two, one, shin hovers, holding three, two, one, lift up, this is it, hold three, two, one, nice fired up belly, step that left leg through. Walk your fingers a little bit forward in front of your left foot, tense them or maybe hover them away from the mat. Get your hips nice and square, feel that fire in your left leg, stay, extend the right leg, or maybe arms reach up above the biceps. Holding here, breathing into it. Stay with a long spine, strong legs for three, two, one. Take your hands by your hips, press into the ball of the left foot and begin to lengthen your left leg. Now, see if you can re-square the hips. You can keep those hands flying back if it's comfortable. Take them to your hips, your heart, or even to the top of your left thigh. See if you can feel that long spine, belly drawing in, creating space in your legs, holding here, taking another full breath, and a breath out. We're going to soften into the left knee. We're going to let our hands come just in front of our left toes. So what I like to do from here is bring my right knee in to kiss my left, so my heel is kissing towards my seat, and then I press into the left foot as I lift my hips. I can stay here, or walk hands back towards the middle of my left foot, or even behind my left heel. If I get them behind the heel, flip the fingers, and then lift all 5 left toes off of the mat as you shift your hips back, and continuously lift your right heel towards your glute. Finding a flamingo, breathing into it. Staying here for another 3, 2, 1. Walk your fingers back forward, gently, slowly if you can. And then start to extend that right leg back behind you. Maybe hands stay resting on the mat or they raise up for your warrior 3. Find a variation that's serving your practice in this moment. Take another 2 deep breaths. Press back through the right heel, 1 more breath. Bend into the left knee, step your right toes back, high crescent pose. Take an inhale in your crescent. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, palms face forward. Cactus the elbows and bend the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend and cactus. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend and cactus and hold. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. 1, rise up. Warrior 2, extend long from hip to hip, hand to hand, wide across the chest. And then reach your left fingers forward, flip the palm in that dramatic sweep across the ceiling with the left hand. Take a big breath into your left ribcage. Breath out, warrior 2. Extend your left leg when you arrive. Bump your hips towards the right. Reach, 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 reach. Trikonasana triangle. Find that space in the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, warrior 2. Rebend into the left knee. And then cartwheel your hands down. All right, walk the fingers forward. We're going to float the right toes back behind us. You can keep hands on mat or float them to your heart, or behind you or in front of you. But you know where we're going. All right. Shift that right hip down in line with the left. Hold for another deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, bend the left knee, tuck the right knee back behind it, find your Shakti squat. Feel that space. And then roll the right side body open, extend long, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Take a deep breath. Find the balance, Shakti squat, squeeze in towards midline. Inhale, warrior three, press it back. Find your breath here, Shakti squat, squeeze. Find your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. This is the last one. Take a big breath in your moon, and then exhale into your squat, Shakti squat, squeeze. Stay here for a few breaths, crow pose, or plant your palms. Take your left knee to your left tricep, and then just like your flamingo, squeeze your right heel in towards your right seat, and then lift your left toes off the mat as you shift your weight forward. Woo, holding 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, both feet meet, forward fold. On your inhale, we're going to rise to chair pose with Uttanasana. Sink the seat, lift the heart. Take a deep breath in. And breath out, lean and fly. Grab opposite elbows or fingers clasped. Roll the shoulder blades together and down. Find breath here. Or maybe rise up onto the tops of the feet and begin to melt your heart down. Find your breath. See if you can find that balance, that strength in your ankles and your feet. Or maybe you find a lot of wobbles and you figure out how to make do with where you are. Accept it, breathe into it. Take another inhale. And then lower the feet down, chair pose, sink the seat, lift the heart. Take a breath in. Forward fold as you breathe out. As you inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And this time, just exhale, fold back into the legs. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen your spine, long spine. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, find length. Feel the back side of the body as you do this. Exhale, find depth in the fold. 1 more time. Inhale, find length. Exhale, find depth into the fold. Stay here or walk your feet out about hips width. Allow your knees to go soft and bring your belly towards the thighs as much as you're able. You can let your fingertips dangle or maybe explore opposite elbows. Just letting gravity take control for a moment. Taking 3 more deep breaths. One more deep breath here. And then when you're ready, release your hands down, shake out the shoulders, shake out the head. Find a little halfway lift, lengthen. And this time, step your left toes to the back of your mat. Soften your left knee down. And then we're just going to go right into it, our half split. So go ahead and shift your hips back towards your left heel. Now, from your half split, if you would like, stay in this half split variation and see if you can really work the hips in one line. And then think about crown of the head coming out past the right toes. Belly stays in towards the spine. So we're using our low belly to keep our spine long. Okay? Maybe stay here. If you're feeling open and up to it, continue to slide your right foot out. You might need blocks or books or blankets under pillows, whatever you have underneath your hands. Or maybe you have that space to explore and just begin extending. If you get into this extension, take a peek at your back foot and just make sure that the foot's not sickling, so it's not like pointing inwards or splaying outwards. And then just pause. All right, this is when we face challenges, right? A lot of times, most of us, our bodies say, hey, get me out of here. Whoa, I want to fight this. I don't want to be in a split or something like it. So see if you can breathe through those thoughts. Face those challenges. Not for pain or suffering, but more just that discomfort. That discomfort that if we breathe into, invites growth and change. But also acceptance. Notice where you are. Every day in a split is different for most of us. We're here for 3 more breaths. See if you can stay in it. 2 more breaths. Take another full breath here. And then when you're ready, begin to maybe slide that right heel back in, bend into the knee, and then bend into the knee as you walk your fingers forward, tuck your left toes, and step forward to the top of the mat, we fold. We're gonna take just those 3 half sun salves again. We're just gonna warm the other side. So when you're ready, you can bring hands to shins or the mat, find that halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, fold. 2 more times, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, tuck the chin and fold. Last time, find that halfway lift, lengthen. Tuck the chin in towards the chest and fold. This time, take a big halfway lift, lengthen, and step the right toes back. Once again, we're just gonna move right into this. So this was on purpose. We did a ton of movement. We were moving dynamically. Now we're gonna hold this static half split. So once again, set up if you can, getting the hips nice and square, or as square as they are willing to go tonight. And then hinging from your hips, long spine, belly's drawing in, hands to blocks or your mat. Our spine is long. We stay here for as long as we'd like or we need. Or maybe we explore a fuller variation on this side by sliding the left foot forward and inviting space into the top of that right thigh. So remember all those things we were doing to sort of lengthen and strengthen the back and the front side of the body to get us ready for this, to get us ready to be in this posture, whatever it looks like from side to side. And just be okay with the differences between sides. Notice them. Try not to dwell on them. If you used to be like, 10 years old in Gumby, don't dwell on it now. Things change, we grow. See if you can look back at those right toes, make sure they're not sickling. And wherever you are in this variation of your split, just be here. 5 more breaths, you've got this. See if you can find a little bit of focus here. Maybe as you continue to focus on your breath, you find a little more depth in the body. Or maybe not. Maybe you're meeting a lot of resistance here, and that's okay too. Knowing when to back off. Knowing when there's a limit. Having that self-awareness to tell yourself it's time, I'm not breathing anymore, so maybe I need to get out. Two more breaths. Take another big breath in through the nose. Big breath out. As you feel ready, slide that left heel in, bend into the knee. Maybe tuck those right toes, lift up, and walk the right foot to the top of the mat, we fold. This time, find chair pose, bend your knees, sink the seat, lift the heart, and then all the way down to your butt. Okay, nice work, you guys. Full splits evening. From here, from your seat, go ahead and just bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees open nice and wide, okay? And then if you can, root down through that fleshy part of your sits bones. Really press them into the mat and then lengthen up through your spine. And then draw your shoulder blades down and back, lengthen up through the spine and hinge from your hips. Begin to fold out over the legs. If a fold doesn't look like much different than you're sitting up straight, that's totally fine. If you can get a little bit more fold here, maybe walking the forearms down or onto blocks, but whatever you can do to keep the sits bones rooting and the spine long, so that we're getting into the inner part of the groin, and we're starting to make a little bit of movements in the outer part of the thighs. Soften over the legs. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Letting go of anything that's external, outside distractions, or the chatter that might be going on in the mind. Take another full deep inhale breath here. And a full deep exhale. Find yourself back in your seat, lifting up nice and tall. And then go ahead and draw the knees together and bring your hands back so that they're towards your bum. Press down into your feet. And then from here, just gently begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling, stretching out the front side of the body. If you'd like, keeping the neck nice and neutral, or if it feels comfortable, and only if you can drop the head back. If you have the space tonight, you can walk your feet out in front of you and find a reverse plank. But see if you can get the whole foot down on the mat, so you can get that stretch through the shins, that you can engage the glutes and the front side of the body. I'm going to stay with my knees bent because my hamstrings are probably going to say no to that reverse plank right now. Take 2 more breaths. One more full deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your seat back to the mat. And then bring your hands just around your shins and roll back softly onto your back. Give your knees a little squeeze in towards your chest. And then release your knees from each other out wide towards the shoulders. So setting up here for this modified happy baby, Balasananda. Staying here if you'd like. I like to work into this posture sometimes because it allows me to get more spinal extension and at the same time work into the groin a little bit more. If you have more space or you need more space, bring your elbows to the insides of the knees, grab peace fingers around your big toe or the outsides of the feet. Find something that feels comfortable for you, and then just see if you can soften your gaze or even close the eyes. Just allowing the practice to seep into the body. Noticing the work that you just did. Giving yourself thanks. Take another inhale breath here. As you exhale, bring your knees back together in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Maybe rock the forehead up to kiss the knees. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. On your next inhale breath, spread everything long out onto the mat, or roll onto one side, or come to a comfortable seat for a seated meditation. So Shavasana, your side, or a seat, or something else that will serve you to just allow yourself to find that stillness in your body. To shut everything off. To let all of that energy that you just created pulse through the body. All of that prana. Here's where we do the work. We just prepared our body for this moment, for this stillness on our mats. See if you can take those gifts of your own practice, maybe a posture that you challenged yourself in or a posture that challenged you. Take what you learned from that challenge as you go about your day, go out into the world, meeting the challenges that come up every day with that same lightness of thought, that same grace and ease and compassion. As always, please stay here as long as you would like, as long as you are able. When and if you are ready to move on, you can roll to one side, resting softly, or if you simply want to rock to a comfortable seat, or you're already there, you can meet me there. It's totally up to you how you end this practice this evening or where you go. Hands can rest gently on the thighs, or maybe we bring them through our heart center. Just giving ourselves a moment to send gratitude to our breath, our body, our our third eye as we honor our fellow yogis, practicing with us here on the screen or later on their own time. Thanks for sharing your energy, your practice, and challenging yourself on and off the mat. Take a deep breath in, letting it go, deep breath out. Thank you guys.